Good morning, everybody. Today we're going to start a new class. This is expansion units 1, 2, 3. So this is a review of units 1, 2, 3. I would like you to open your students' books to page 48 with me and be ready with your pens. How ready are you? Okay, let's get started. In the first exercise, complete each sentence with the correct form of do, have, or be. Can you think of the answers of this exercise? Sam blank never had a credit card. Which auxiliary verb of the three do we use in this sentence? It has never and it has the word had. Okay, so yeah. Sam has never had a credit card. Exactly. This is present perfect. Number 2. Jen needs help moving this weekend. Need this weekend. Exactly. Does. Very nice. So, think of the rest of the blanks. Okay, you're doing very well. Have a look at the answers. Sam has never had a credit card. Does Jen need help moving this weekend? It is or it was a coincidence that we got here at the same time. It goes with both tenses. Don was disappointed when he did not get the job. Past simple. Umar has been living in the same house his entire life. The euro was introduced in Europe in 2002. Past simple. Since I had already eaten dinner, I declined the invitation to the restaurant. So, when two incidents happen in the past, the first of which goes in the past perfect tense, and the second in a simple past. How often do you eat lunch in the cafeteria? How often is used with the present simple to talk about how many times. It asks about how many times you do something, okay? Now let's move to another exercise. Exercise B. Change the active sentences to passive ones. Can anybody remind me with the general rule of the passive? Yes, we start with the object and then we use verb to be according to the tense of the sentence and then the past participle of the main verb and the completion of the sentence. If we need to add the agent to give information about the doer of the action, we precede it with the word by. Okay? So here again, people grow coffee in 80 different countries. Can you do it? Yeah, start with the object. Well said. Coffee is grown in 80 different countries. Yeah. The incident here is more important than the doer of the incident. The jury will give the verdict tomorrow morning, so the verdict will be given tomorrow morning by the jury. Right. Let's have a look. Coffee is grown in 80 different countries. The verdict will be given tomorrow morning by the jury. My house is being painted at this very moment. This is present progressive. Number 4, the country is holding the presidential election next week. What tense is it? Exactly, the future simple. So, the presidential election will be held next week. Similarly, The football match has been held at Gardner Stadium for the last 8 years. This is present perfect in a simple past, in a simple, past or present perfect tense. Yes, in the passive voice. Yeah, the football match has been held at Gardner Stadium for the last 8 years. Okay? Classes have been cancelled for today. This book was written in the 18th century. So this is how to change sentences in different tenses to the passive form, to the passive voice. Complete each sentence with the past perfect or past perfect progressive form of the verb in parentheses. Now, the past perfect is mainly to talk about events that happened just before other events in the past. I had finished my work before I played football yesterday. They had packed all their suitcases before they moved to the airport last night. So it talks about incidents that happened before other incidents in the past. But the past perfect progressive is concerned with the duration of time, something that had been going on before another incident happened. Okay? شيء كان في حالة حدوث، في حالة استمرار عندما حدث شيء آخر. You know? So here again, the train blank already blank by the time we got to the station. What do you think? Yeah, the train had already left by the time we got to the station. It had already left. It had already left the platform. The cat, the tuna, from the table when he yelled at it, had been eating. Well said, okay. Now by 11 yesterday morning, we to 3 shopping malls. Okay. We had gone to 3 shopping malls. Let's have a look at the rest. Okay. She had called the police because someone had followed her. Julie didn't apply for the job because she had already found a different one. My brother had never lived on his own before he got that apartment. I offered to drive him, but he had already called a taxi. Okay. Now let's move to another exercise, exercise B, exercise D rather. Rewrite each sentence using the adverb of degree in parentheses. As you all remember, dear students, that we use adverbs of degree to intensify adjectives, verbs, or even other adverbs. And you also know that adverbs of degree are used just before the adverbs, adjectives, or verbs they modify, except for the adverb enough, which comes at the last, which comes at the end of the sentence. Okay, so I slept very little last night. Don't forget that the sentence is exposed to slight changes because of the use of other words. So we can say, I barely slept last night. أنا بالكاد نمت ليلة أمس. We'll be there soon. We're almost there. You will look so different. You look so different that I almost didn't recognize you. I hardly recognized you. Okay. So have a look at the answers. That is an extremely funny photo, extremely, preceding the adjective funny. The altitude was so high that I could barely breathe. The essay was in such bad shape that it had to be completely written, not partially, completely rewritten. Okay, as far as, the hairstylist cut my hair too short. Too is the degree or the adverb of degree here. And then exercise E, circle the best sentence adverb for each sentence. Do you remember sentence adverbs? Those which come at the very beginning. Okay, some of them can come at the end. I will probably or fortunately apply to at least 3 colleges. What? Exactly, probably counts here. We won't be late to join you for dinner. We have other plans. Yeah. Unfortunately, exactly. I am blank not going to tell him something that will upset him. I am certainly not going to tell him something that will upset him. Okay. So, thinking of the rest of these sentences, have a look at the answer. Okay, well done. Now let's move to the workbook, and that's going to be on page 31. Page 31 of your workbook. Match the words and their definitions. We've got hold on, I get it, does that make sense? Extraordinary, paramedics, unauthorized, to abandon, nabbed. Are you kidding? That's a drag. Scarcely. Crummy. What do you think? Try to write the answers. Try to think of the answers and write them. Okay? Start with the easy ones and let the other ones for reflection, for thinking over. The answers might appear like this. Hold on means wait. I get it means I understand. Extraordinary is wonderful here. Paramedics, J, is emergency medical aids. Unauthorized, not having the permission or the, Abandon means leave or quit. Are you kidding? Really? Okay, that's a drag, means this disappointment. Misfortune or unfortunate. Okay. Crummy, bad. Scarcely, barely. Similarly, let's have a look at exercise B. Circle out the word that doesn't belong. Words that do not belong to the group, we just circle them. Okay. Here we go. Kidnapping, mugging, insured, murder. All of them are crimes except insured. The opposite. Ta'min, ammana, mu'amman. Cell phone, internet, pen, fax machine, electronics, and this is not electronic, a pen. Theft, robbery, pickpocketing, misdemeanor. What do you think? Yeah, because misdemeanor is a small crime. Hijack, inmate, suspect, robber. All of them are people, but hijack is a verb. اختطف. Pavement, lush, pristine, removed. All of them talk about natural places. Okay, but this one is a pavement, رصيف. Undisturbed, conservation, deforestation, preserve. Deforestation. All of them are okay, all of them are positive, but this one is negative. Obviously, officially, naturally, clearly. What? Can't we say that all others are let us say, informal, while this one in particular is formal? رسمية شوي. Completely, barely, scarcely, hardly. All of the others means little, but this completely means in a wide scale. Okay. Complete the sentences with the auxiliary verbs below. Use one verb twice. Can you think of it? Okay. Do you have any idea how expensive that is? When the last time you saw him? When what? When was the last time you saw him? Exactly. Okay. That place considered the most expensive restaurant at the moment is considered. Okay. So here we go. Prices are getting more and more expensive every day. The Holy Quran student has been memorizing the verses for a whole month. Present perfect progressive. Crime doesn't pay. Present simple. Next week I am supposed to be there by 9 every morning. Teachers what? Have always earned good salaries in that school. Okay. Change the sentences from active to passive. Exercise D. Cell phones are used all over the world. A lot of information has been sent by email. People are going to use the internet in more and more remote areas. So the internet is going to be used in more and more remote areas. Okay. So, here are the answers. Another exercise, exercise E, circle the correct verb forms. This is an easy one. Okay. Something that was going on before another thing happened. Past continuous and past simple. While I was leaving the house, the telephone rang. While she was studying and doing homework, her mother called her, and so on. I had been what? I had been waiting, of course. The police arrested the thief when he was running out the door. Out of the door, yeah. Khalid had never been to Greece before. He turned 18 years old. The last exercise, exercise F. Rewrite each sentence to include the adverbs. I got robbed last week. Unfortunately, I got robbed last week. I had just left the house for 10 minutes. So it's between the two components of the tense. The robber saw me leave. The robber probably saw me leave. And so on. Admittedly, I didn't even lock the door. He must have been extremely fast. When I got back home, all of my electronics were completely gone. I was so upset. Naturally, I called the police right away. They were very nice. Apparently, there have been a lot of robbers lately. They actually think they will find them. I obviously hope they do. Thank you so much, brothers. Wait for me in other classes. See you.